Hi guys, this is Tobias DL3 MHT with a quick update about my MAT50 testing. Let me try to get it in frame. I'm filming this just on the mobile phone, so excuse the bad quality. Just wanted to give a quick update. I had this mounted properly at the bottom of the mag mount. I went out into the field, I did the measurements. The result was SWR much worse than before. But I'm not really blaming the MAT50. I'm blaming this mechanical contraption, how the coaxial cable is connected to the mag mount, and or my ability to reassemble this beauty. So let me show you, because I guess a lot of people have this mag mount but have not taken it apart. So I've done that for you and ruined it. Well, for the moment it's ruined. So there's one long screw that holds your antenna. Then below there you have this plastic cap thingy. There's another nut that basically, well, if you screw that tight, you have your coaxial cable mounted to the base of the mag mount. So let me unscrew that. So everything here, the nut, this screw, this washer, is basically, well, the radiating element of your connected to the radiating element of your antenna. Because as you can see here, this little wire that bends here over the edge, that's your inner connector of the coaxial cable. So there's some simple washer here. At the bottom you see a bit of strain relief with plastic. There's a square plastic cutout that matches a square cutout in the metal, which helps you align this thing so that it doesn't twist when you tighten the screws. And yeah, I think the braid of the coaxial cable is just pressed against the metal here. So it all depends on how clean is that. And do you use the right amount of torque to tighten it down, whether that works or not. I'm really not a big fan of this mechanical construction. I don't know. There must be a better way to do this. Okay, so let me maybe quickly flip it over. So from the bottom you see here's the square cutout that I mentioned earlier. And of course the nut needs a spacer or isolator, because without that you would basically connect, well, the antenna radiating element to ground, which you do not want to do. So yeah, as I said, I had everything assembled, carefully reassembled, not just hodgepodge. I used the multimeter, checked for connectivity, everything looked fine. Went out into the field and the result was terrible SWR. So I guess by adding this ground lug here, I somehow made the connection of the coaxial cable to the 3 magnets worse. So if anybody of you have one of these mag mounts and it works fine, I would say don't disassemble it. If you want to try the MAT50, drill an extra hole, put an extra nut here, make sure that you scrape the metal paint off, and that's probably the safe way to mount one of these. In the end, what I will probably do is drill 3 holes here anyway, and mount 3 sockets for 4mm banana plugs, so that I can also connect other things like extra ground wires when you have like a, I don't know, 40-meter antenna or so on the roof. Then I think a bit more wire here might help. Okay, so yeah, I just want to show you, this is how these things go together, and so far the result is I took it apart, I reassembled it, and it was worse than what I had before. So I guess yeah, either I made some mistake or these things work exactly once when assembled at the factory. If you have any tips of how to get these things together again so that it makes a good connection, please let me know. Maybe it's also a mistake that this the sole here of the coaxial cable is here on top. Maybe it should just be on the bottom below the washer. And then everything is just pressed together. I think I have to take this thing completely apart and figure out what to do. In my opinion, it would be much nicer if there would be two separate holes here with a nice, metal band here pressing the coaxial shield to ground, and not this strange press fit connection, which might or might not work depending how good you are in torquing this thing down. Okay, enough ramble. Sorry for the rambling, but yeah, this is ham radio. You don't always have stunning successes and DX QSOs, you also have failures occasionally, and I also wanted to show this one. Okay, 73, and until next time.